So it's possible that this is just my particular perception, but it seems to me that there is a little bit more fear in the community than there used to be. And I understand that a contagious virus like COVID-19, which we don't properly understand yet, and that is hidden from our capacity to really track well, that can affect all sorts of people in very devastating ways, is something to be feared. But it does also put a bit of pressure on our illusion that we are in control and that we have a pretty good understanding of the way life and everything works, and suddenly there's something that doesn't quite obey those rules. I think that in times gone by, so much of life has been out of our control, and people have resorted to the religious instinct, where they've cried out to powers greater than the combined human power, as it were. And these days we're not so practiced in that reflex, and many would say, well, that's just as well, because there is no power greater than the combined human power. But I just want to challenge that notion for a moment, and I'm not suggesting that you need to believe in a particular God in one sense that we might customarily have thought of, but there is something that is a bit like, in game theory they talk about when the combined group response, if everyone acts on behalf of the benefit of the whole group, there is a net greater benefit than if people decide to work not trusting one another and just making decisions based on what they can reliably secure for themselves. There's often a net group loss. Now, when you think about that, what is it that helps people trust in something beyond their own interest? I mean, we might hope that people would act in that way, but what helps us to actually act and behave in ways that are not just for our own individual interest, but for the interest of the group, that might appear very risky to us and potentially cost us a lot more if the rest of the group don't do the same thing that we do? Well, I would put it to you that that is a faith position, where we trust in something that is bigger than just us, and in fact bigger than just the whole group. It's something that holds the whole group and helps the whole group to do better. If we just act out of fear for ourselves, even in a situation like this pandemic, it will not go well for us. We need to be thinking about what is good for everyone, even if that costs me a little bit. Because if it's not good for everyone, it's not going to be good for anyone ultimately. That takes faith. God bless.